First of all, Billie Lee is on a podcast, might be coming up on a podcast you guys all know and love. Billie Lee is look, I think they brought Billie Lee back this season to Vanderpump because she's going to be in it. I think, listen, she's a really good friend of Tom's. Like, really, I really support people who stand by their friends no matter what. So I love to see a Billie Lee, a Schwartzy, standing by their friend. It's Schwartz's best friend. Billie Lee's I love it. She's Tom's real friend, real.
She is trans, right?
Yeah. Or am I
right? Okay.
You are correct.
Okay,
you can hear all about it on a podcast that you might listen to and you might love coming somewhat soon, I guess. Could we talk about New Jersey? Oh, here's this video that she's showing. I didn't realize I said that 2T's was shit. A lot of people listen to 2T's, so I'm sorry. And I wasn't even that drunk at that point.
Oh, if they can't take a little shade, you know what? Call our show trash. We don't care. Who the fuck listens to us? Just whatever.
2T's is doing just fine.
They're fine. And if you're bothered by that, then come on the show and yell at us. Who cares?
And I can't even criticize Teresa's show because I have great things to say about Hurrdat Media, and Teresa has left her podcast one and gone to Hurrdat, and I am a supporter of all things Hurrdat. You know who I just put on Hurrdat show is Patrick and Pole, Undressed with Patrick and Pole.
They're going to be on Hurrdat network.
Thanks to me. See, I'm just helping everybody out over here, guys. Can we talk New Jersey? RHONJ.
Yeah, you've got a lot of scoop. I'm up.
You're
up. I'm never as up as you are. You got
look, I mean, we don't know much for sure. I speak to some people that are currently filming, and look, I really don't want to know all the time because I'm like, anything you say is going to be repeated on air, so tread lightly. But we have all these pictures that have surfaced of the infamous baseball game like a week or two ago. And, we saw what looked like, well, I think people are referring, first of all, there's a lot of pictures like at Jennifer's house and with Jennifer and Teresa, with Danielle Cabral and Jackie Goldschneider. So people are starting to make the analysis that Danielle has, well, not Danielle for Jennifer Fessler and Jennifer Fessler and Jackie. There's this narrative that they've jumped ship from the other side, being Margaret and Melissa, and are now in with, Fessler was one of Margaret's really good friends before the show, and Jackie has been Margaret's friend, and that they are in with Aydin and Teresa now. I don't know. When I hear things like this, I'm interested. It's not going to be a season of Melissa versus Teresa. They're not going to let that happen. They're not going to edit it that way. Teresa and Melissa still have not spoken on camera. Just FYI. We are now in the heart of filming, and these two people have not spoken. We have two shows before our very eyes. That is going to be one show. So if it's true and like Fessler and Jackie are now in with the other side, whether that's like a tap, and this is what production wants, it does raise my interest. Apparently Fessler is going to have a bigger role this season. People are saying, oh, Jackie finally realizes Marge started this whole Evan cheating rumor and she's pissed. I don't know if it goes that deep, but I find that interesting. I love like a switching of the sides. I love that. I think it keeps the show so interesting. And at the baseball game, it seemed like Margaret's hands were up when she was speaking to Fessler. So maybe these two friends are falling out, as often happens on reality TV. I would love that. Not, sorry, Margaret. Like, I would just love that because I think it would make for good TV,
I do too.
And let me just say, then there's people are saying Danielle Cabral is being seen with like Margaret and Melissa. So maybe she has switched to the other side after the reunion and realizing that she was set up to bring out this whole thing, this whole Melissa cheating rumor by Jen and Teresa. And so any switching of the sides, look, we're not going to know for sure until we watch the show. Obviously, Dolores, no one's talking about. She's in the middle as usual, Switzerland. She ain't going to get her hands dirty. She never does. She's a little bit more you do. A lot of people do. A lot of people do.
What is it about Dolores? Dolores Catania.
You love her.
I root for her. I think she went, Yes, I think she's a great mother. I think she's a very good daughter. I think she is good to Frank. And I mean, Frank's a character in himself. Now, do I think Frank always deserved to be treated as good as Dolores has treated him? Probably not. But she's stuck
Yeah.
by Frank, and she's made it work, I'm sure, for the sake of her children, through, I mean, he's done some deceptive things. Yet I enjoy Frank a lot, So
You're like
there's
a
something
Frank
about
Catania fan, huh?
I am. And, there's something about Dolores. I think that she is a real key player in that show, which I can't always say. Some of these other people that are Switzerland don't do very well. For example, although Jackie Goldschneider, got to give her a lot of credit. She's still there. Jackie Goldschneider's still there. Uh, I have my own gripes with Giselle because she's sort of Switzerland and never, I mean, she's great at redirecting and there's an art to that. But Dolores, and I'm trying to think of who else is Switzerland on some of these shows over the years that we've had. Maybe that Heather Thompson.
I mean, Kyle in a lot of ways is Switzerland,
There's
right?
a need for them though.
That
They
doesn't
do
really
very
take
well.
sides. I mean, God, Kyle is the most Switzerland of them all between Rinna and Kathy. I mean, you didn't even take your own sister's side. Like, she really was on both sides.
Yeah. I think you need a good Switzerland player.
Yeah, you do.
That also has stuff going on. And I don't know how other people feel, but I love Singer with Polly. I'm of Irish.
Oh, a lot of people came for you, not came for you, but I mean, I agreed with them all when they were like, is Sarah like having issues like with her eyes when she says Paulie is hot? And I'm like, thank you. I don't, he's not my cup of tea physically, but I don't like to talk about people's looks, but he's not my type. I would probably
I love a dark Irishman. I love it. I think they're great together. She seems happy and she seems like all these years she's deserved that. So I love Dolores. I hope they never get rid of. Good for Dolores. I hope she is the Kyle Richards.
She's doing something right?
I like me some Dolores. Yeah.
What about all this stuff coming out about RHOBH? I mean, we are November 1st, honey. We are under 2 months. I am sorry. I have a smile on my face. I'm excited for Salt Lake. I mean, Potomac, maybe we'll hear something soon, but I'm sorry. I'm hoping. I just love to see the filthy rich of Beverly Hills. Some of them are filthy rich. I can't wait for Beverly Hills to be back. Erika's teasing that there's drama between Annemarie, the newbie, and Crystal. Crystal, remember at Homeless Not Toothless, because you say I go right in for the kill. When I asked Crystal how the season was going, she said, I'm just annoyed because when you're right, you're right. And I know I'm right. I assume, I just assumed I made up my own backstory, just like I did with, I just made up my own backstory that